The 24-11 Los Angeles Lakers would host the 22-11 Phoenix Suns as the number 2 and 3 seeds in the West would clash at Staples Center. This is the Unnamed Sports Show's NBA recap. LA would be extremely shorthanded in this one as Anthony Davis was still out, but also Kyle Kuzma and Marc Gasol were both unavailable for the Lakers. Would it be a LeBron James party, or would Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and the rest of the Suns spoil the show? Let's get into first quarter action. The Suns would take a quick lead thanks to some three-point shooting from Jay Crowder before Mikal Bridges would hit one of his two early threes. The second would make it 9-4 before Dennis Schroder would 100% did not call bank on this rainbow at the end of a shot clock. Big man DeAndre Ayton would get into the action for Phoenix as he was fouled by Montrezl Harrell on the 2 floater and would push the lead up to 14-9 for Phoenix. After a timeout, Morris would hit a nice floater over Chris Paul, but not to be outdone. LeBron James would hit a nice fader of his own here. The Lakers would take the lead when Harrell was sent to the foul line, but it was short-lived. Dario Saric would check in off the bench and make an immediate impact with a block at one end before this wide open 3 in the corner. Cam Johnson would give the Suns their largest lead in the quarter thanks to this 3. Dennis Schroder was able to stop the bleeding of the 12-0 run with his mid-range jumper. He should have stuck with mid-range attempts as he tried to drive, but DeAndre Ayton was having none of it with this big block. So another Cam Johnson 3 would push lead to 29-19 before Trenton Horton Tucker would hit 2 free throws. The Suns would end the quarter 29-21. Lakers bench would need to step up big in this one with injuries, and Trenton Horton Tucker decided to do just that. He would hit a 3 to start the second quarter before hitting another one after a Suns turnover. Chris Paul was dropping dimes. He was able to find Crowder. Geez, what a pass. So THT would add 2 more points before LeBron would throw down a big dunk on the fast break from the dish from Alex Caruso. So the teams would trade buckets and LA would get the stops they need before James would get another wide open dunk. So I told you Chris Paul, he was dropping dimes. Well, he would find DeAndre Ayton inside who would convert a nice little scoop hook shot. Cue up the new NBA as both teams would just walk down the court and launch threes. Starting with this one by Alex Caruso before Devin Booker for Phoenix was like, nah, I got you. Starting to think that Dennis Schroder might have been doing this on purpose as this awkward 3 bounce off the rim ended up going in. So Devin Booker would take over at the end of the half with several drives before a pretty crazy LeBron James circus shot and one to cut things back to 52-51. Phoenix would close out the half strong with a long 2 from Dario Saric before Booker would get 2 more of his 15 first half points. Booker would then find Bridges to close out the half with a great buzzer beater. And the Suns had a 60-53 lead thanks to 59% shooting from 3. LeBron had 15 points to lead LA. Let's get to the second half action. It was a chippy third quarter, and LA was trying to keep it close thanks to an early, beautiful pass from LeBron James to find Harrell for the easy flush. After DeAndre Ayton 2 for the Suns, LeBron James would drive back for 2 more and bring the Lakers to within 6. Ayton would keep on coming for the Suns as he would throw down a big alley-oop pass from Devin Booker on the lob. This is when things got a little bit chippy, like I said. Frank Vogel and LeBron James both received technical fouls before Devin Booker would receive a double technical foul and get ejected from the game at 7-10. LeBron James would hit a fadeaway 2 shortly after, and the lead was just 70-68 for the Suns. Phoenix would come back and hit a 3, and Ayton would score 2 more before Marquise Morris would have 3 of his own for LA. Chris Paul was continuing to put on an impressive assist show in the second half with this behind-the-back pass to find Saric on the pick and pop for an easy 3 for Saric. With a shorthanded cast, LeBron James was basically doing everything he could but the Suns were taking the message from CP3, and the team's passing led to another wide open three for Cam Johnson. Caruso would hit a three for the Lakers before Trenton Horton-Tucker had a pretty scoop reverse layup, and it was just three once again as we ended third. The whole quarter was extremely physical between the two teams, as you can see from the technical fouls and the ejection. There was also a lot of hard fouls, and the intensity would carry over into the fourth quarter. Suns up just three, like I mentioned, and they would go inside to their big man, Dario Saric, who would open up the scoring before being sent to the line on the next possession, hitting both free throws. Tired of just getting assists, Chris Paul would hit a three to extend the lead to 93-85. And with 9:07 left in the game, LeBron would drive and lay it up on the pass from Dennis Schroder. The Lakers were keeping it close, but the Suns' hustle on the night was summed up in this play here. After the missed three by Saric, Bridges was able to save the ball from going out of bounds and find Jay Crowder, who beat the clock with an easy two off the backboard. Frank Vogel would need a timeout, and after a Bell Nadir three would bring the lead back up to 11. LeBron James would start taking things into his own hands, hitting a three with just 4 minutes to go. Dario Saric would respond with a two before LeBron James would hit another three with just under 3 minutes to go. No one else for LA was really knocking down anything, so LeBron James decided to, hit another three. Marquise Morris summed up the Lakers night when he tried to pass it to himself, which of course is illegal. So that was a turnover for the Lakers. LeBron would hit a three to cut the lead to 8, but that was as close as the Lakers would come, as Bridges would get the nail in the coffin on a big slam to end the game. Suns would take it 114-104 and move to 23-11 and pass the Los Angeles Lakers in the Western Conference standings, as the Lakers fall to 24-12. Saric led the Suns with 21 points and 5 rebounds. Devin Booker had 17 points and 6 assists in his limited action, while DeAndre Ayton also added 17. Mikal Bridges had a quiet night off the bench with 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists, while LeBron led all scorers with 38 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. Dennis Schroder would add 17 points, while THT off the bench had 16. No rest for the Los Angeles Lakers, and they will take on the Sacramento Kings tomorrow, while the Suns will play against the Golden State Warriors on Thursday before the All-Star break. If you missed any of the game tonight, make sure to check out the full highlights for the Sports Talk Line Network, and make sure to hit the like button down at the bottom while you're down there. Let me know what you thought of tonight's game. This is Joshua Griffith for the Unnamed Sports Show's NBA recap. Until next time, NBA fans.